Okay, YouTube, we're gonna go through my quarterly reading wrap-up. I know it's a bit late, but better late than never. I'm gonna quickly go through them, yes, no, or maybe, but I'm gonna give little snippets of information that I think are gonna be important to convince you to read them, okay? Let's start. I wanna start off with some of the books that I didn't really love, so then we can get into the good stuff later, okay? It's only gonna be a few books that I didn't really love. The Betrothed by Kiera Cass. No. Boring, predictable. Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. No for me, but maybe yes for you. Very detailed writing, boring, and took way too long to get into the story. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. First half of the book, yes. Second half, no. Boring, nothing going on. First half of the book was very interesting. Last half literally could have been cut out. Betting on You by Lynn Painter. Very predictable story. One of the first romance books that I read. No for me because it was sort of boring, but maybe for you. This may be an argumentative statement here for you, okay? Please don't be mad at me. One Dark Window. Maybe. I didn't like the first book, but Two Twisted Crowns, yes. Loved Two Twisted Crowns, but the first book, not really. Characters felt very one-dimensional, not good at all. No descriptions. I wasn't in love with them. I didn't like any of the characters. Second book though, chef's kiss. Loved it. Just felt like she got into her writing style more. Last two books to the Caraval series. Yes. Loved this series. Loved it so much. So fun. Very interesting. Butcher and Blackbird. Yes. Serial killer. Funny. Romance vibes. Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. Yes. There were parts in here that were boring for me, but I love the world. It's like World War II meets Harry Potter vibes. Very, very fun. Very good and interesting story, and the way that she tells it is very fun too. Okay, this is the third book to the Guild series by Raven Kennedy. Yes. Love this whole series. I read all the other books that are out as well. The next one doesn't come out till later this year. You need to read the series. King Midas retelling. Dark fantasy. So good. Powerful by Lauren Roberts. This is the novella after Powerless by Lauren Roberts. So cute. It follows Adina, which is Peyton's best friend. So good. Flawless and Heartless by Elsie Silver, which are the first two books in the Chestnut Spring series. These are the only books that I've read so far. Love them. Cowboy romance. Brothers who are finding their true loves. So good. Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. Oh. Romance book, small town, camp, lake vibes, finding yourself. There is deaf representation in this book. So good. Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. Heartbreaking, that's for sure, but amazing. Yes. Read it. Check your triggers, but it is so good. It follows a girl and her sister's fiance. They get kidnapped, and it basically goes through all of the trauma that they have and what they have to overcome and all that stuff. The Teacher by Frida McFadden. Yes. It is a very good intro to thriller, in my opinion. It's one of the first thriller books that I ever read, and I loved it. Couldn't really predict anything, which is awesome. I've heard some people say that they could predict it, but if you're first getting into thriller, this is a perfect book for you. So good. Credence by Penelope Douglas. Another one that people could argue with me about, but I loved it. Yes. Gives Twilight vibes. It's about a girl whose parents die, and then she basically has to go live with her step uncle, and step cousins. There is smut in this book. If you do not like smut, do not read it, but I loved it. They're trapped in a cabin through the winter, and it is so good. She's basically finding herself along with her cousins and uncle too. They're finding themselves too. Now this honker. House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. I am truly not the biggest fan of the Crescent City series, to be completely honest. This book was good. There was definitely a lot of foo-foo information here that we could definitely go without. This book could have been 400 pages shorter. But I still enjoyed it. I still liked it. The story was good. I just loved how she incorporated characters from other series into it, to be completely honest. If they weren't in it, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much as I did. Trial of the Sun Queen and Rule of the Aurora King by Nisha J. Tooley. Love, 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 love. I just got approved for the arc of this third book in the series, which is Fate of the Sun King, and it's blue cover. Love it. If you guys liked ACOTAR, you would love this. It is obviously trials, powerful FMC. She's basically finding herself, and if you've read the first book, you know why I say it's Court of Thorns and Roses vibes. Especially if you've also read the second book, you'll know. You'll know. Happy Place by Emily Henry. Maybe. Very comforting vibes. Camping or like small town camp vibes almost. Like it's very sort of like coming of age, even though they're in their late 20s. I love how realistic it is, but at the same time, I was a little bored. But I do like her writing. November 9th by Colleen Hoover. Let me preface this by saying I'm not a Colleen Hoover fan. I would personally say no. It took literally forever to get into this book and for this book to get actually good. I just don't like her writing, so we're just gonna gloss over that one. A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. I loved this book, yes, but the rest of the series, no. This book was perfect. I loved the Hades and Persephone retelling. The rest of the books are just so much smut and no plot. There's literally no plot in the rest of the books. This book, though, perfect. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Loved it. Loved the, it's a very easy read. I was very happy how Ali Hazelwood blended, like, romance in with like fantasy science fiction and enjoyed it so much. If you want to get into the Omegaverse, like werewolves, vampires type stuff, this is the perfect book for you. Even if you're trying to dip your toes into fantasy, perfect book for you because I think that her writing is very easy. Last but not least, The Broken Bonds, The Bonds That Tie series by Jay Bree. I don't have all of the paperback books right now. I'm currently reading the 5th book and it is so good. There's 6 books. It is very like high fantasy, a very powerful female main character. She is a badass. It's Why Choose. There are 5 men that are basically like bonded to her, and you'll see what I mean once you start reading it, because you're gonna read it. And it's reverse harem. So amazing. She knows how to write. I cannot wait to read more of her books because I'm actually obsessed. Obsessed. Those are all of the books that I've read in paperback version. I have lots that I've read on my Kindle. I read the King of Sin series by Anna Huang. Loved those books. King of Wrath was really good. I think I rated it 4 out of 5. King of Pride wasn't my favorite. I think it would be my least favorite out of the King of Sin series. King of Greed. Loved. Obsessed with it. I haven't read King of Sloth yet, but I will soon. Twisted Games, I believe, is the first one. No. Twisted Love. Twisted Love. I liked it. It wasn't anything like crazy special. I do think the King of Sin series is higher up than that Twisted book so far, but I haven't finished the rest of the Twisted series, so we'll see. So that pretty much sums up my quarterly reading wrap up. If you have questions or comments, definitely let me know. If you like the video, definitely like and subscribe.